Well, a rash of new mysterious booms are being heard across Phoenix and other parts of Arizona. This is just now breaking, and I'll post a link to this, one of the news websites from Fox 10 down in the video description. But according to reports, a noise of an unknown origin is being reported across the valley to North Scottsdale, to Mesa, and all over Phoenix, really. And it's gotten to the point where even the news station at Fox 10 Phoenix has been receiving phone calls and messages from people reporting this loud noise. Now, this is nothing new. We've reported on this in the past. It's happened all over the world. And it's been a little bit since we've heard about it or since we've posted a video on it. So, a lot of people, including myself, thought it had kind of gone away and maybe, we chalked it up to something natural. But it would appear to be back again. And so viewers have been reaching out from Mesa, Phoenix, New Year, Scottsdale, Anthem, all saying that they heard the noise, some describing it as a large boom and saying that it shook their houses. Now, in every instance that this has occurred in the past, usually we'll have people reaching out to the local Air Force bases, Army bases, geological surveys, trying to figure out whether this was something from the military, an earthquake, or something. And that's what's happened here. So Fox 10 reached out to the Army National Guard, Luke Air Force Base. They reached out to the United States Geological Survey, the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office, the National Weather Service, and the Arizona Department of Public Safety. Thus far, no one has been able to tell them, or anyone else for that matter, what the sound is or where it's coming from. And, yeah, we have reported on this many times before. And these mystery sounds, as they're called, they are truly mysterious in its most simplistic definition of the word. And there's been countless theories as to what these mystery booms, and not only that, but what also many people have described as what sounds like machinery moving in the skies above them. And that's even more creepier to me than just the booms. But yeah, many of these mystery sounds that we've reported on, people have said that it's almost as if there's some sort of massive metallic piece of machinery with moving parts where you kind of hear the creaks and the squeaks and like all of these loud echoing sounds like you would hear from a giant machine right above you. But of course, there's nothing ever there. And that freaks a lot of people out. But yeah, we've reported on this. It's happened in Oklahoma. You're seeing a report here about how the strange booms across Oklahoma baffled scientists. This occurred back in early 2015. And this is one of these mysteries that, despite all of our best efforts, we just haven't been able to figure out. So it is eerie. And the fact that there's sounds out here that are shaking houses, machine noises coming from above, as if there's something massive moving through the sky that we simply cannot see. It really is mind-bending, especially when you start to look up all the reports of these mystery sounds. And then you realize that it's not an earthquake, it's not coming from a military base or from jets passing by in the distance. And this is confirmed by the military bases and by the geological surveys and the police departments. None of them know what's going on. So, of course, I will follow up on this. And if you guys have been experiencing these sounds, try to get them on video. Try to record them and send them over to me. That way I can at least post a video on it. We can try to figure out maybe what it is. Alright, so next I want to give you guys an update to a video I posted, I believe it was in my last video. But in my last video, I posted a piece of UFO footage that was sent to me out of Huntington Beach, California, where someone had witnessed what looked like a very strange beam of light that was coming straight out of the clear sky, pointing toward the ground, like a giant spotlight. It sat there for a minute, and then finally dissipated and disappeared, and you're seeing that video here. And unfortunately, that was a real choppy video, and kind of pixelated. And so I got an email yesterday from another viewer who, it would appear, captured the exact same thing, but this time it was seen out of Newhall, California. So go ahead and check this out.
shit's moving though. And it's gone, bruh.
Wow. Yo, that was a UFO. What the fuck? Damn.
All right, yeah, so definitely a much better version, and without a doubt, it's the same light that we featured in our previous video. And so I'm trying to figure out what this was. People said it looked like a portal, and again, you can see clearly that the light is pointing down toward the ground. It's not like a spotlight like you would see on a plane. And of course, we don't see any blinking lights around it. The sky is clear, and then the light just vanishes after a minute. I mean, it's completely bright, and then it just dissipates. Now, some have said that this is possibly a missile test, and that's what we're seeing. And you know what? I've seen plenty of these missile tests before, and honestly, this just doesn't look like that to me. Because in those missile tests, you see the exhaust, but you also see the different separation stages. You see the actual missile coming out the end, and it just does not jive with me as to what we're seeing here. It does not look, in my opinion, does not look like what I'm seeing here. This thing sits stationary, and it just disappears. You know, there's no other stages to it. It's there, it's a bright light, and then it vanishes. So, again, I'll leave it up to you guys, but big thanks to the viewer who sent this over, so we could at least have a second piece of footage to it. Now, lastly, today, I want to show you guys something kind of strange that I found on planet Mars. And so, here we are on Google Earth, or Google Mars, and I'll put the coordinates down below, and you can see the coordinates here on the video. So we're going to zoom down to a specific area where a viewer of mine noticed something that suspiciously looked like some sort of partially buried square platform sticking out of the Martian dust here. And when you zoom in on this, sure enough, you do find, it kind of reminds me of the film Prometheus, if you guys remember, where they land on the alien planet and they find this massive square-like platform sort of sticking out of the natural terrain. And so that's what we have here, and what's so strange about it is that if this were a glitch or something like that, an image glitch, then why does it look like there's parts of this thing that are more buried than others? If you guys get what I mean. Because as you can see in other parts of the image, you can clearly see where the images have been spliced together or where there are possible glitches, and they're very clear. So you know exactly when pieces of an image have been stitched together. But here we're not seeing that. Here, it literally does look as if there's something buried here, where we have one end that's sticking out, and it would even appear to have some shadowing to it. But you can see one end is sticking out, and the other end seems to be more buried. So again, this kind of confuses me, and not to mention, this thing is also surrounded by a bunch of other craters that are also covered up with dust, that are also just kind of sticking out in the exact same way that this square anomaly is. And so is this some sort of platform that's been unearthed, seen on Mars here? It's definitely worth a second look to me. And there's actually another strange thing I found near this structure. If you go down just a little ways, you'll find a crater that looks to contain something. It looks sort of like a tubular structure sticking out of the edge or the rim of the crater here, and you're seeing that crater here, and I'll go ahead and circle the object here. But you guys kind of see this cigar-shaped object here, and it has what looks like a tip on the end of it that's brighter in color than the rest of the object, and would also appear to have a shadow being cast down here on the crater. So this thing, whatever it is, it's casting a shadow, it's possibly reflecting light off the end of it, but it just doesn't blend. And it kind of sticks out like a sore thumb. And you know what? It actually kind of looks like a thumb or a finger. So when I say literally sticks out like a sore thumb, well, that's literally what it looks like. And so yeah, some strange things near this platform, as I've been calling it. So let's go back to that. And again, I ask you guys, if this were a glitch, why does it look to be partially covered up with Martian sand? That's my only question here. But of course, I will leave it up to you guys. I'll put the coordinates down in the video description. You can look this up on Google Earth. It's a software you have to download. It's free though, and it's really cool. You can look at the moon, look at Mars, look at Earth. And yeah, be sure to stay tuned. I know I was absent for the past few days, but that was only because I seem to have come down with something. A couple days ago, I woke up and had a temperature of about 101, and have not felt good over the past couple of days. I don't know what it is. I never used to ever get sick, ever. But this past year, I swear, it's like my immune system has just been failing. And so yeah, am I being poisoned? Is it just me getting older? I'm only 30, but yeah, I just woke up, did not feel good, and I've pretty much just been out of it for the past 3 days, but I'm finally feeling better today. So I'm going to be back to posting videos. Stay tuned. I've got another video on the way. I promise it won't be 3 days from now. So thank you guys for being patient. I'm glad to be back. And if you have your own strange footage or news story that you want to get out there or you want me to talk about, don't hesitate to send me an email. My email address is down in the video description. Alright, so thank you guys for stopping by, and I'll see you back in just a bit.